What is going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Yesterday was not fantastic. We got the reverse sweep in college. Absolute unreal hook in that Michigan State game. We had Michigan State -3.5. And very nice lead. Only thing we had to avoid was a 3 at the end. Dude runs down, makes a 3 that bounces like 5 times and goes in to cover. Michigan State wins by 3. That's tough. Then we had Michigan State team total over 73.5. They shot so bad. Hooked. 73 points. So we ended up hooking both bets in that game. That's ouch. And then Purdue Houston, we had the over 131.5. The shooting was horrendous. I mean, both games was just super bad shooting. So it is what it is. That's tough. Frustrating. And then the NBA, we had Miles Bridges hook. We had his over 10.5 rebounds plus assist. He finished at 10. So on my personal bets yesterday, had about, I think, 7 or 8 hooks. So that was a good time. In the MLB, we did good in the MLB. We had Pepio under Ks. This was looking good. I didn't think he was going to come out for the 6th inning, and he did, and he ended up getting 2 Ks to go over his prop. Mitch Keller, over 4.5 Ks. He hooked at 4. Tanner Houck, under 4.5 Ks. That was sweat-free. Diamondbacks, first 5. That was sweat-free. And then Pirates, Marlins, Nerfy. Wouldn't say that one was sweat-free. That got a hair sweaty. Not really. It was just they got a runner on first. But overall, we went 3-2 in the MLB. Plus units. One of our losses was a half a unit, so that's good. But yeah, 3-2. So we were up in the MLB. We finished just a hair down in NBA. We went 2-2. Josh Hart got that double-double for plus money for us. Scotty Barnes cashed the assist. We already talked about Miles Bridges hooking. And then Jared Allen, I don't know what the hell happened. He only played 19 minutes. He did not play at all in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's just Friday. We're getting to that stretch now in the NBA where I'm going to be a little more diligent about what I'm playing. There's so many games that don't matter. I just want to focus more on games that matter. That said, I do have a bet on a game that doesn't necessarily matter today. But yeah, let's get into this. We got a big card. All kinds of stuff to talk about here. I'll run through the NBA real quick. So Kings and the Magic, first game on the card. Give me the Kings -1.5. I don't think Malik Monk plays, but I'm okay with that. Obviously, the Magic at home are a pretty good team, but when I look on paper, they should be able to stop Boncaro, right? I think Wagner's going to get off a little bit, but it's really about stopping Boncaro. I did think about taking Wendell Carter Jr. over his points. I think he has a decent matchup to get points. Could also look at his over and rebounds as well at 7.5. All right. Nets and the Wizards, don't care. This is a game neither team wants to win. Give me the Nets +1.5, but don't care. Didn't look into this game very much. Heat and 76ers, same thing. I don't bet on the Heat, and the 76ers don't want to win. So I'd lean 76ers at home +7.5 in this one. Celtics and the Spurs. Celtics, I don't think we're going to see the starters play a ton. I mean, they're literally playing for nothing at this point. So I would say Spurs +12.5 isn't bad. I think they lost by 13 last time they played them, 13 or 14. I think the Spurs are at least try. But Celtics could have their starting lineup in as well. Pacers and the Thunder. Pacers away +10.5 looks appealing. But, man, the Thunder should have their normal lineup in there. I think they roll them tonight. So, not going to pick, but I would pick Thunder -10.5. Lakers and the Grizz. This should be a good one. Grizz fired their head coach. Felt like he'd lost the locker room. Lakers need a bounce back here after LeBron got a little lazy on an inbound pass. Hell of a comeback by the Bulls. I think LeBron comes out with a little more oomph in him tonight. That was lazy basketball pass. Give me the Lakers +2.5. Grizzlies with the coaching change could go one of two ways. They come out fired up or not. Ja should be back tonight. That is something we have on the card today. And then Mavericks and the Bulls. We've got the Mavericks plus 2.5. Bulls look good right now. Give me the Bulls at home minus 2.5. I don't think Gafford comes back, but we should see Daniel Gafford come back for the Mavs next game. That'll be a nice little boost for him. AD, he's looked rusty. He took a ton of shots last game. We were on his over assist. He just felt like shooting over double teams all night. Give me the Bulls. I like the Bulls in this spot. Spencer Dinwiddie over assist is another one I'm going to look at today. Still 5.5 in a fairly high scoring game. I like the over 237.5 in that one as well. Let's get into college basketball. Texas Tech and Florida. Guys, my plays are real simple here. Tech looked like shit last game. They looked terrible. Florida didn't look amazing, but I think they're going to be more efficient tonight. I hate this matchup for Tech, so give me Florida minus 6.5. Alabama and Duke, same thing. Give me Duke minus 6.5. They're just way better than Alabama. If Alabama wants to shoot 53s again, so be it. I don't think they're going to have the same success. This Alabama team can't play defense. They are going to be overmatched and overwhelmed by this Duke offense. So clear spot for me, in my opinion, to take Duke. So pretty cut and dry there. College card's pretty simple. Florida minus 6.5, Duke minus 6.5. All right, let's get into the MLB. If you guys don't know, you can use Ballpark Pal for free right now. So this is an awesome tool if you bet on baseball, and it's free until after March 31st. So you get a couple more days to use this. Really awesome. You can look at park factors. You can see what's going on with the winds and things like that. It'll kind of give you a lean as to over-unders and runs and things like that. And there's a ton of other things that you can look at in this one. Home runs, first five, pitcher props. You can look at batter versus pitcher matchups. Just so much information in there. So free to use. It's just ballparkpal.com. Get in there and try it. All right, in the MLB today, I am looking forward to this. We got some bets today. All right, let me pull up my sheets here. So Nestor Cortez, former Yankee, going up against Max Fried, making his Yankees debut, the lefty who's been on the Braves forever. Last year for Fried, started off rough, and then he found his way, went 11-10 last year, had a 3.25 ERA. Cortez, kind of similar, went 9-10 last year, 3.77 ERA. I think this is just a clear spot to take the Yankees, I'll be honest. I don't trust Cortez. I think Fried has a really nice matchup. I mean, this guy is a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup guy. He throws 4 good pitches. You look at Nestor Cortez, he's primarily fastball cutter guy. So about 70-ish% of his pitches are going to be that fastball cutter. Yankees weren't too terrible against left-handers last year. So I think they come out. Obviously, it's a guy they know really well. So I do think that familiarity helps. Last year, we saw Nestor Cortez really struggle against lefties. Lefty on lefty was not his strong suit, whereas Fried is much stronger against lefty on lefty. Fried does a great job at minimizing contact. The wind is going to be blowing out very hard straight to center today. Nestor Cortez hard hit percentage last year, 43.4. That was ranked 638th out of all pitchers in MLB last year. Conversely, Max Fried's hard hit percentage, 34.5%. So Yankee spot in this one, I just don't see anybody on the Brew Crew really tagging Max Fried here. So I don't mind a first 5. Thought about run line, maybe team total, something like that. Don't have any official plays in this one, but that's where I'm at with that one. Angels and the White Sox. Jose Soriano going up against Jonathan Cannon. Cannon's a mixed bag. I like Cannon at home, which he is today. That said, I think this White Sox team's a little different, right? I'm not going to get up in an uproar because they won a game. And Soriano is one of those guys, like he throws 100. He's just a fastball guy. Like he throws fastballs. And then he'll throw in a curveball and every once in a while, like a splitter or a slider. Cannon, a little more of a repertoire about him. 40% fastballs, 19% cutters. There's a slider. There's a changeup. This is a tough game, in my opinion. I don't trust the Angels at minus 166. That's or 165. I think you've got to go over 8 or White Sox plus 135. It's the only way you can play this game. Soriano's not locked down. I mean, this guy had a 3.42 ERA last year, expected ERA of 4.11. Cannon had an ERA of 4.49. I think there's runs in this game. So I would say over 8 would be my play in that one. All right, Twins and the Cardinals. We've got Joe Ryan going up against Eric Fedde. Now, Eric Fedde at home last year was pretty good. That said, he wasn't that great in St. Louis. So he was 9-9 last year, 3.30 ERA. Still just not a guy I trust. Joe Ryan, I trust him. 3.60 ERA. He's got a live fastball. I mean, Fedde's not going to blow it by you. There's a fastball cutter, like a split sinker, and then a slider. To me, clear spot to take the Twins in this spot here. We see an over-under of 7.5. I don't know. I would lean slightly towards the over, but Twins money line would be my play in this game for sure. All right, next game, Orioles and the Blue Jays. This has been an interesting series. We've seen just kind of like two routes. That's kind of how we started. Dean Kramer going up against Max Scherzer. Two pitchers I don't trust whatsoever. Dean Kramer at home last year was not great. On the road, a little bit better, but he was 8-10 last year with a 4.1 ERA. Scherzer getting a little long in the tooth, man. A little long in the tooth, in my opinion. Over/under of 8.5. Clear spot to take the over. I love runs today. This is one that I was so close to putting this on the card, but I like over 8.5. Lean towards Orioles money line. I just can't get behind Toronto with Matt Scherzer on the mound. Not who he once was. All right, next game's going to take us to Washington Park. Nationals and the Phillies. Jake Irvin going up against Jesus Luzardo, making his debut for the Phillies after being injured last year for the Marlins. This guy was the Nerfy god, by the way. So I don't know why I didn't think to look at the Nerfy. Typically because taking a Nerfy against the Phillies is not smart. Let's see what the old Nerfy is. Minus 120. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can get behind it. Honestly, I've got the Phillies just destroying this team. And we've got the wind blowing out. The runs are going to be up. So, yeah, I mean, I would lean kind of towards the over 9 if it wasn't Luzardo on the mound. But I think Luzardo has success. I don't trust Irvin. Irvin, 4.41 ERA last year. That said, Luzardo didn't make a ton of starts. He was 3-6 last year with a 5.0 ERA, but he was playing a little injured. So I like this spot for him. If we look at the Nationals, just really didn't hit left-handed pitching well. So bad spot for them, in my opinion. Irvin, man, he just gets smashed by lefties. Lefties can go to town on him. They had a WOBA of 427. Last 30 days of the season, they were hitting like 300. Righties, he didn't do a ton better. My only concern with Luzardo, he has a tendency to give up some hard hit contact, whereas Irvin, a little bit better about pitching to softer contact. But give me Philly. This is all Philly all day. Hammer time. All right, next game, Guardians and the Royals. Seth Lugo, man, for half the season, he was looking like he was probably going to win the Cy Young. Going up against Gavin Williams. I don't trust Gavin Williams. I faded Gavin Williams every start for probably his last 10 starts last season. Highly profitable. Continuing that trend today. 3-10 last season with a 4.86 ERA. Lugo 16-9 with a 3.00 ERA. Clear spot to take Kansas City, in my opinion. That said, Lugo, we'll have to see, but dude, this guy, I mean, he should be able to keep him somewhat off balance, and especially at home. If there's a fastball, a cutter, a freaking splitter, a slider, a curveball, a changeup. I mean, he's got that crafty veteran bag of pitches about him, whereas Gavin Williams just tries to blow you away with a fastball and throws a cutter every once in a while, and then occasionally mixes in a curveball. It's just a bad pitch split. So in this one, Royals money line would be my favorite play here. All right, next game, we've got, this is where my card goes a little off. All right, Rockies and the Rays. Antonio Senzatella going up against Zach Littell. I mean, Zach Littell at home last year was nails. That said, that home don't exist anymore. Tropicana doesn't exist. They're playing in the Yankees replica stadium. We still don't have a lot of data on that. We've got the wind blowing in again today. I think that favors Littell. Littell is a fly ball pitcher. 66% of his outs came via the fly ball last year. So the wind blowing in just makes me like this more. Senzatella is not a good pitcher. This guy only had one start last year. He's got a 6.57 ERA. Doesn't strike out a ton of guys. His K prop today is 3.5. This is a clear spot to take the Rays. Although yesterday looked like a clear spot to take the Rays, and that was a struggle to win. In terms of runs with the wind blowing in, I would lean towards the under 8. We didn't see any runs yesterday. Unless they're just banking on the Rays going nuts, then maybe look at a Rays team total over. But don't trust the Rockies in this spot. I think Littell should have some success. All right, next game on the card. What we got? I just want to get to that Reds game, but let's talk about this game first. Pirates and the Marlins. Bailey Falter going up against Valenti Belazzo. Belazzo wasn't terrible at home. Started kind of turning it around towards the end of the season. Went 3-4 last year with a 3.67 ERA. Bailey Falters, he's just not a guy I trust. He's 8-9, 4.43 ERA last year. He's a lefty that struggled against lefties, but he didn't do too much better against righties. Both pitchers give up really hard contact. This is one where I see runs. Over 8.5, I think, is viable. So this is a coin flip in my opinion. I would lean Marlins because they're plus money. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Especially after Pirates, scored some runs actually yesterday. So I think it was 4-3 Pirates, but I lean Marlins in this spot. It's just, I'm not in a point where I can trust the Pirates at all. Giants and the Reds. Justin, 76-year-old Verlander, going up against Nick Lodolo, the crafty lefty. I like the Reds in this one. Now, warning, I am a Reds fan. I am going to be naturally biased towards the Reds. I know that. I admit that. But that doesn't mean I don't bet against them either. So, but am I a homer? You goddamn right I am. Lodolo, I love Lodolo. He is a awesome lefty. I think he's got a ton of potential. I like his over 5.5 Ks. I did not put it on the card, but it is something I've already bet today. I did a half a unit on his over 5.5 Ks. I did a half a unit on Verlander under 4.5 Ks. Betting under Ks against the Reds, probably not smart, but I think they smash Verlander around. It's good weather here in Cincinnati. Ball should be flying. It's fairly warm, and we're going to have the wind blowing out. So I like runs and runs. I just hope it's the Reds scoring the runs. So, but Reds for me, this is something that's on the card, minus 125. Ian Jabot blew the last game. Hopefully they fix that, and he's not the closer anymore because that was an odd decision that I couldn't get behind. All right, Red Sox and the Rangers. It's an interesting game. This is an interesting game. You got Walker Buehler making his start for the Red Sox after being on the Dodgers, and you've got Tyler Mahle, who pitched for the Rangers last season, got hurt, former Red. I like his stuff, man. If you watch him, it's good stuff. Problem is, it's erratic. 4.97 ERA last year, but didn't make a ton of starts. And one of those starts was in Boston, and I think they actually roughed him up a little bit, but he looked good for the first 3 innings, if I remember right. Coin flip game, in my opinion. I don't trust Walker Buehler. I know he had the really nice run last year in the playoffs, but prior to that, he was getting just freaking rocked. So I don't have a reason to back Buehler in this spot. I don't like the way Devers is absolutely terrible right now. Rafael Devers is going to have to turn around. Obviously, he's pissed. He's the DH. I think that's pretty apparent. I would go Rangers in this spot, but it's a tight game. Mets and the Astros. Oof, this one should be a good one. Griffin Canning making his debut for the Braves. I am not a Griffin Canning guy. This is a guy we faded last year with the Angels to really good success until maybe his last 4 or 5 starts where he actually started pitching well. Going up against Spencer Spaghetti Arrighetti, another guy I don't trust. So I can't really get behind him either. Over 8.5 runs seems kind of appealing. I don't love either of these pitchers. This is Canning had a 5.19 ERA last year. Arrighetti 4.53. Maybe look at Arrighetti Ks. I thought about just taking his over in Ks, but I didn't touch anything in this game. This is such a coin flip game. Wait, this is wrong. Mets and the Astros. Okay. My spreadsheet's all jacked up, so I'll have to fix that. It said Braves and Padres. I'm like, that ain't right. Anyway, give me, I mean, it's a coin flip ass game. I would take the Mets plus money, but it's probably an Astros game. Not going to touch a winner in that one. Okay. I don't know why I have my pitchers all jacked up. Braves and the Padres. Spencer Schwellenbach going up against Randy Vasquez. We fade Randy Vasquez. At all costs, I am never taking Randy Vasquez. This is a Braves first 5. Schwellenbach, great. He pitched really good. Last half of the season was really, really good. I just can't get behind taking Randy Vasquez. So this is a Brave spot, in my opinion. All right, next game. Cubs and the Diamondbacks. Shota Imanaga going up against Brandon Pfaadt. That's a tough one. I can't get behind Brandon Pfaadt. At home, he was better, but man, he has been some dog poo. That said, Diamondbacks against a lefty, pretty damn good. So, coin flip type of game. I lean Cubs. Give me plus money with Shota on the hill. My problem is when it comes to the back half after Shota, I don't trust any of them. So, that part makes me lean towards the Diamondbacks. So, I would lean towards the over 8.5 in this game, but slight lean towards Cubbies money line. All right, last game on the card, wrapping up here. We've got the Tigers and the Dodgers. Reese Olson going up against Roki Sasaki. Now, Sasaki in that Tokyo series, man, I had high expectations for him. There's a fastball and a slider. Fastball's got a lot of life. Slider, I don't know where the hell it's going, and he didn't either. So, that said, I like him today. I think he should have a lot of success. He got that first start jitters out of the way, and it was in his home country. Now he's in the U.S., making his second start. I think those nerves and the anxiety will calm down now, and I think he's able to mow down the Tigers. So give me the Dodgers run line in this one. Same play. It's the only way you can really find value on the Dodgers, but I don't trust Reese Olson whatsoever. He is not a strikeout guy. He's going to be a pitch to contact type of guy. He's decent at the ground balls. His split's pretty 50-50, but Dodgers run line, I think, is really the only way you can play this if you want to find value. Let's get into the card, get you guys on your way. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And let me download the card. Where is that card? Okay. One thing I forgot to do before I started the stream. All right, so first play on the card is going to be Phillies run line. I just think they absolutely hammer Jake Urban. Plus 105. We're just going to do a half a unit on that, though. Phillies team total over 4.5. We're going to do a full unit there. Royals first 5. Like I said, Lugo, Williams, that's a big pitching disparity in my opinion. Just need Kansas City offense to turn it around a little bit. It's been a little anemic coming out, but at home, I like this spot. Reds money line. I'm not backing Verlander, and I like Lodolo. So Reds money line there. And then last play in MLB, Roki Sasaki over 4.5 Ks. There's just too much life on that fastball, and that slider's nasty. So I think we see him go a little bit longer than what we did in Tokyo. I think he could honestly get 7 or 8 Ks tonight. So I might ladder this and take like 6 Ks, 7 Ks as well. In the NBA, just 3 bets. Like, I don't love this card. I'll look for value later. So if you guys want, join the Discord. Absolutely free. Link is down below. Any additional plays will be posted there. Keegan Murray over 4.5 rebounds. Minus 130 on DK. Jason Tatum under 6.5 assists. Now there's a fade. He's been getting assists in droves. This is more of a system play. This is really high on other books. This is like minus 180, minus 190 on some books. So this is more of a, system EV type of play here. And then John Morant over 5.5 assists. Going up against the Lakers, this line's just too low. So I think is over 5.5 assists, minus 132 on FanDuel. College basketball, we already talked about it. Florida, minus 6.5. Duke, minus 6.5. I do kind of lean towards the under in the Florida-Texas Tech game. I want to say it's like 156, 157.5. And then kind of lean towards the under in both games, but not touching the under in the Duke game. Maybe Duke team total over, which is like 90.5 points, but we know Alabama doesn't play D, so that's pretty evident. All right, that is the video, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We'll probably do a video tomorrow. I mean, it's Sunday. We'll see. I think I'll probably do a video tomorrow and then take Monday off. So catch you guys in the next video.